Skateboarders, rollerbladers, BMXers, they all use the urban landscape to get their adrenaline fix. But now there's a new way to get around, and it doesn't even need wheels. The urban free-flow crew only use their arms and legs to leap their way around a new sport called le parkour.
People are into this because the actual height it gives you is unparalleled. It's different from skating because you don't need any equipment. You just need a pair of trainers and an open mind, and you can just get on with it.
The sport grew in this country after a BBC promotional film featuring its founder, Frenchman David Bell. The film went out in April 2002, but Bell has been developing his considerable skills for most of his life.
David Bell is the man, no question about it. He's the man who actually put parkour on the map. He created the actual sport itself, and he's the one who actually gave the sport a name as such, so everyone can identify with it. David Bell started out in a rural area, and it was climbing trees, jumping about, and his father moved to the city, and he had to kind of adapt and interact with the urban surroundings, and that's the way it's really grown. Everything he does is extremely dangerous, and he's put a lot of time into building his way up to that level. Everything he does is well calculated, it's well planned out, and he makes sure he can actually land the jumps he's doing. He's the kind of guy we aspire to be.
The Brits have a long way to go before even attempting Bell's stunts, but urban free-flow meet a couple of times a month and are making speedy progress.
We all met up in February of 2003. The site was set up, and then a crew was formed. It's just grown from there, from 5 people to 250 now. The actual feeling among the crew is totally unique. We're a bunch of guys from totally different backgrounds, and we're all really supporting each other. When someone actually lands a new trick, everyone goes absolutely crazy.
Yeah!
So, most basic kind of trick you're going to get is a vault, and there's about 30 different variations of a vault. Tic-tac is basically a move that was perfected by Jackie Chan in all these martial arts movies, and it's basically running up the side of a wall. Rather than actually walking downstairs, we actually tic-tac down. It's just a kind of neat twist on it. One of the members of the crew, a guy called Blue Devil, he specialises in backflips, which he actually learned in his bedroom. We've got a guy called Kirby, who's very much into his aerials, which are basically front flips with a kind of twist in it. Again, visually very impressive, very technical. You need to really work your way up slowly to do that. A cat leap is where you run to an end of a wall to clear a gap to grab onto a wall. You use your foot to stick out to actually stop you slamming into the wall, but then your hands actually grab onto the top, and then you climb up.
The most perilous move is the gap jump, also known as the leap of faith.
Before you actually do the jump yourself, everybody's different, but me personally, I was absolutely petrified. I mean, I knew I could do it. It's just a matter of getting the timing right and the roll at the end of it to transfer the energy. But once you've done it, the feeling is just unparalleled. It's just fantastic.
Trespassing on people's property could draw some attention from the boys in blue, but so far nobody's been arrested.
Legal aspect only comes into play when you start climbing up on top of rooftops, because you're trespassing, obviously.
The crew aim to cultivate the sport in this country and push the boundaries of what they can achieve.
The French game has been going for a lot longer than ours, and they've actually got to a point where their actual runs are really smooth. In the UK, a couple of the guys that we've got are actually at that level now where they can actually put a run together and link it all and make transitions between each trick, which is something that we're all looking to get to, but they've actually got to it now. It's just a matter of polishing it and working and repetition, and we'll get there eventually.